Welcome to the Book Talk Babes podcast, where we will be discussing different book-related topics and occasionally specific books. This episode may contain spoilers, so please check the episode description for a list of books that were spoiled. My name is Ashley, and today I'm joined by my two lovely friends, Elaine.
Hello.
And Liana.
Hi.
Alrighty, I managed to not mess that up. Thank you, returning listeners. Welcome, new ones. If you're starting with this one, you got to go back and suffer through the others first. please and thanks.
I wouldn't say suffering. Well, we're all learning as we go.
We are learning as we go. They're not all bad.
No.
Some of the editing is better in others.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still debating whether to start saying this episode will contain cussing and possibly explicit language. Just
Possibly.
because I put it... Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
You know, fuck is one of your favorite words.
Right. But the only reason I say that I might start saying that is because, like, my mom... Like, I put it in our descriptions, but my mom's like, I never read any podcast descriptions. I read the title and then I press play. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll start verbally letting people know not to listen to this around children.
The title could be, hey, Mom, there's sex in this.
I mean, she doesn't care. She listens to all of them. But she was just like, if you don't say it in there, then I don't know that there's going to be any bad language or whatever. It's like, okay, Mom. My mom cusses way more than I do, so.
My dad does a lot and then gets mad at me if I do. I'm like, come on, man. You just dropped an F-bomb.
Yeah, so me and my mom, and kind of my sister, we all, like, cuss like sailors. My dad cusses too, but he is always just like, oh my God, watch your mouth. I'm like, I learned it from Mom, okay?
My mom, my mom, she's so, she says egads and oh geez, and like one time she said shit and we were all like, Mom, and she just like starts smiling and she's like
That's funny.
And then my dad's always like, Rosa, language. And she's like, Dag nabbit.
Your mom is so cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were like, gosh, Rosa, not in front of the kids. Yeah, but the rare times that she does cuss, she's like very serious about it, and then she breaks out into like a giggle because
That's adorable. That's adorable.
Because we're always like, oh my God. And she's like, ah.
How could you? Okay, so we're going to do another Reader's Roulette where we pick questions at random. I have the llama bowl holder ready to go. All right. First question is, what are our perfect reading conditions? So, like, if we could just have the perfect spot designed to read in, what would it be?
It'd be like one of those fantasy TikTok AI generated YouTube ambient rooms.
Right?
Like when there's like a cabin and there's rain and a fire and a lot of and a bed and really plush blankets, or not even rain, sometimes snow. And you're in a mountain. And so I've been using the YouTube channel Ambient Worlds to study, and they have all the Hogwarts common rooms. So those look really cozy too. The Hufflepuff one looks like the Shire. And yeah, there's like plants everywhere and candles and giant couches and a bunch of like wood accents. But I've been hanging out in the Ravenclaw common room. I think that one's my favorite.
That makes sense.
The Slytherin one really bummed me out.
Yeah, that one's
Aw.
kind of.
And then Gryffindor, it just looks like a frat house.
Oh no.
Sorry, Elaine.
I mean, a cozy frat house, but it still gives like frat house vibes. So I like the Ravenclaw one a lot. And then it'll just like go between like morning, afternoon, evening, and like nighttime. And so like to see it at nighttime is really nice. And it's so
Okay.
nice. I'm like, I want to be there.
Yeah, I think I would, if I could create the perfect reading condition, space, whatever, I would definitely take inspiration from one of my cozy YouTube fireplace thunderstorm things. It's like a cabin in the woods, and like it's all just like glass windows from like floor to ceiling, and rain, a fireplace going, a comfy couch, or just something comfortable and cozy to sit on with blankets and pillows would be ideal. What about you, Elaine?
I want like a little like nook area.
Mm-hmm. Like one of those hidden library type little
Yeah.
nook things.
Well, I don't know because I want there to be like a lot of light. So like maybe sort of like a sunroom, like where there's windows
Ooh.
and like on the opposite side of the wall it's just bookshelves
Yeah, yeah.
and there's like a very comfy chair that you can sit right there and read.
Or there's always like bay windows, but they have like a platform built in. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
but alternatively, I think I would like to read by the beach. I got some really good reading in whenever I'd go to the beach. It was just
Yeah.
so like peaceful.
I've always wanted to do that. I see people do that and I'm like they talk about like your beach reads. And I'm
Yeah.
just like I want to experience that.
For me, it's going to depend on the beach.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I was in Venice, so
There you go.
it
That's a
wouldn't be
good beach.
Galveston.
Yeah, no. I was like, I'd go back to some of the Florida beaches that
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, like the Florida
I
Keys.
experienced as a younger child. The
Yeah.
Keys are nice.
And
It's a little windy.
and you're just like under an umbrella. There's a little cafe behind you, so you can get up and do whatever. And then you're just reading on your chair, and it's nice.
Mhm.
That'd be nice. That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Ideally, there's a bunch of snacks too.
Right, yeah, there's a bunch of snacks. I don't have to get up.
Yeah.
No
I
one's
guess the
bothering
pee.
me. I don't have to do anything. We're talking about a fantasy world where I'm not like constantly bogged down by the anxiety of like trying to get stuff done during the day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Preferred reading formats. I don't know. That's hard. Audiobooks definitely come first for me, but I also like, I tend to read more, I feel like at night, like before bed. So, like my Kindle, because it has the light. I guess my new Nook has the light backlight thing too now too. So, but yeah, I'm going to say audiobooks are my preferred reading format.
I think I like the ebooks on my Kindle or Nook.
Yeah.
Especially now that I have like this like stand thingy.
I need to
Oh.
get one of those.
I bought a clicker.
You have the
So
clicker?
I'm like, so I have it positioned. I'm laying right here. I'm covered in the blankets and I'm just clicking to like read.
That is so perfect.
It's nice.
I need that.
Yeah.
I saw a pillow Kindle holder today. I meant to message the person and be like, "What? Please send me the link." What about you, Liana?
I like a good physical book.
Hardcover or paperback?
Either.
Okay.
Look, reading at night's a bit hard just because they don't light up by themselves. But I like carrying around a book and then just like going somewhere to read or being able to do that. The only reason I really use my Kindle is because I don't have the space to like have physical books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also because like then people don't know about all the smut that I'm reading. Like
The
if we
real
read
reason.
like when we read Railed by the Easter Bunny, that's definitely going to be a
You're
ebook.
not going to get a physical copy from Amazon?
can't say I'm gonna. No. But I guess I like the romantic idea of it all. Like I'm reading a book in public and I'm in a coffee house or a bookshop and then like a handsome stranger comes up and he's like, "What are you reading?" And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see you there."
There you go. There you go.
No.
Dreaming of that meet cute.
I mean, if you do it enough, it will happen. You just manifest it. Manifest it.
Yeah, but then I
into
need to like
existence.
put effort into how I'm looking when I go out in public.
No, because if someone's really interested, they won't care.
I mean,
They'll be like, look at that cute, adorable bookworm that doesn't give a fuck about what anybody thinks.
or they're more like, "Is that woman okay? She's very pale and has bags under her eyes and her hair is
No.
unwashed."
Whatever.
No, I usually get the "Are you okay?" from strangers. I'm like, "Huh?" And they're like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Why?" Like, "You just look very upset." I'm like, "That's my face."
That's rude.
Oh.
They're like, "I'm fine." And like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was doing great until we started this conversation."
Until you started talking to me.
Like, "You just look very tired."
I have 2 follow-up questions to that then. So, like I usually have like my Kindle and sometimes a physical book with me like at all times in my purse.
Mhm.
Do you have any sort of book protector that
Yes.
y'all put your books in when you put them in your bag?
No, I probably should.
Okay, so I know what to get you for your birthday.
Because yeah, one of my friends gave me a book to read and I didn't get to it until like 3 months later, and it was just like sitting in my backpack, and by the time I got to it, it looked like it'd been a half price book.
A well-loved
like,
book.
I'm like, "Oh no." But it's fine, it's fine.
That's funny. I use a brand called Bookbow.
Yes. I bought one for my Kindle.
Now, when y'all read hardcovers, do y'all take the dust jacket off
Yes.
when you read it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It just bothers me to have it.
Yeah.
I'm just worried I'm gonna rip it.
Yeah. I don't want to rip it, and it bothers me.
It never stays on good.
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever removed a book from your TBR and why?
Yes.
Yes.
I know I have. I'm trying to think of why I did it.
I think one of them was because like the author ended up being kind of like controversial and did something, and it's just like, oh well, I don't want to read anything by that author now.
Yeah.
Well, that's for a good reason. Mine's for
I was like, I feel like mine was probably for a petty reason.
yeah, mine's for it's just whenever I download a sample of the book and then I find out it's in first person present. I'm like, "No, I can't read this."
I'm trying to.
So I know I'm probably depriving myself of some really good stories. It's just there's something about that format that, unless it's a memoir, bothers me so much. Like I don't like it. I don't know what it is. I prefer third person. I like seeing a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind either way. I don't even pay attention to it at all.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my Kindle library right now.
I know I'm trying to think of I know I've removed something from my TBR. I just can't think of the last thing I removed and why. Other than Hunting Adeline, I'm pretty sure I took off.
Yeah. The last thing I remember removing was the first Akatar.
That
Well,
doesn't
and
surprise me coming from you.
and it was kind of before I realized that it was such a big deal, and I removed it because I was like, this is dumb. And then I was like, basically Harry Potter level fame for this
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I just thought it was like a little Beauty and the Beast retelling.
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
But I could not get into it. And so I just DNF'd or whatever. And
Yeah, I literally can't think of the last book that I took off
I think the
of
last
my
one
TBR.
was a book that sounded interesting, but then someone who read it talked about a scene that really disturbed them. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want to read that. No. So I took it off my TBR.
That'll do it. That'll
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, I cannot think of anything I've taken off my TBR recently. I wish I kept track of that. I could remember why I removed something if I could think of what I've removed.
I think I removed I can't remember the title of it, but it was like one of those billionaire romances. I'm not really into billionaire romances because I don't like billionaires in general. But it was like, billionaire gets cut off and has to go to a small town and learn the meaning of life kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of really good reviews and it was like $2. So I was like, okay, why not? But the lead guy was horrible.
Okay. How do or would you organize your bookshelves?
Oh, mine's chaos.
Chaos? Do you at least keep like book series together?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. I would say mine's mostly chaos. Yeah, I keep series together, but it's utter chaos. There's no organization to it whatsoever.
Yeah, when my sister and I lived together, we had a shared bookshelf. She was very methodical. She would do it by genre.
Okay.
And then alphabetize the author and then try to keep it within the same color scheme.
Oh Jesus. That's a lot of stuff to try to keep.
Yeah.
Well, you've met my sister.
I have met your sister. I didn't realize that was something she was into.
Yeah, her bookshelf at her house, it's very intentional. And then I would just come along and like shove a book in there or pull out a book and put it in the spot it wasn't supposed to go.
Oh, Liana. What about you, Elaine?
Right now I have mine's organized by author.
Okay.
Last name.
Now, is that like a habit of yours because you work at a bookstore?
No, I was gonna say this is like a recent thing that I've done.
Okay.
Because it used to be there was like no organization at all, other than like I kept series together and I tried to do like by sizing as much as I could. I think there'd be only like one or two shelves organized because I had like my two different sets of Harry Potter. I had my English and then like my Spanish version.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, it's all organized. And I think it was because I work at a bookstore and that's how the books are. And so I was like, we're just gonna do that here too.
Well, it's so funny when I went to visit you this last time and you were rearranging shelves and I was like, I never stopped to think about the fact that like if y'all get certain things in, you have to like shift everything over to make room for it. And I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know how anyone does like the rainbow shelves. They look beautiful, but like there is nothing in this world that you could give me to make me like split up my book series in order to color coordinate my shelves.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That would bother me so much.
I know they all need to be together because they're a family. Oh, no. I've seen some people who have the pages facing out instead of the spines. I guess because like the pages will have pictures.
I only do that with my sprayed edges.
Yeah, I've seen people do sprayed edges. There's people who do that because those are books that they've already read and they want what they haven't read out so that way they know, so that way they can pull it.
See, I've seen the opposite. I've seen where people have turned the books they haven't read to where it's pages out so they can like pull them at random or whatever to read.
Oh, maybe yeah, see that.
So I've seen
I think
both
there
of those.
was one person that said that they like all their books were pages out. Like that's how they liked it. And I was like, why?
No thanks. Yeah, the only pages out that I have are sprayed edges.
Yeah. I have one book that has sprayed edges that I did that, but that's because I have multiple books of that one book. And so the pretty sprayed edge book of that one is so I can see the sprayed edges.
Well, it's like, so I have the Crescent City books, or at least 1 and 2. I have regular hardcover, and then I have a special sprayed edges one. So I have them like next to each other. So I have like the regular, and then the sprayed edges, and the regular, and then the sprayed edges. Waiting for the same lady to post CC3 sprayed edge design so I can buy it. Okay. Do you annotate or tab your books?
I tab, don't really annotate.
I sometimes do both. It depends on if I want to like remember certain parts of a book or if there's like a quote I really, really like. But for the most part, I don't do either one.
I have like started because sometimes I forget that like you can do notes to certain things that you highlight on your ebook.
Yes.
Like on Kindle and stuff. So I started sort of doing that. So like I guess like could be a form of like annotating, but on the ebook stuff. But I have noticed that I do that a lot more now than I have been.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm the same way. And you said no, Liana?
I don't do any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even use bookmarks. So
yeah.
You just memorize the page.
Yeah, I do. It's just like, okay.
Now can like I can't bring myself to like physically write or highlight in my books. So like I have highlight strips and I have transparent sticky notes and whatnot. Like I can't physically mark up the pages.
It's very rare.
To me, that's like horrible, but then I also dog ear my pages on my physical copy.
No, shame on you.
I am full of contradictions.
All right. Design your perfect bookstore.
Oh God. I've thought about this.
I could do like a full episode on this topic.
I've thought about this.
It definitely has to have a coffee shop.
Yes.
Within it. And maybe a cozy like sitting area.
Yeah, mine would definitely have a coffee shop with baked goods that I've made or whatever.
Maybe like bakery with it
would be like a little coffee shop bakery, and then a little reading area. I'd have reading areas like in multiple places, which I mean, I don't know. I don't ever read at a bookstore. The only time I've ever read like in Barnes and Noble or something is like, I guess at the cafe or the Starbucks thing or whatever, but I've never sat like in one of the chairs or the reading spots that they have around the stores and just like read while I was there.
See, my cafe would need like actual meals. Like I can't just go to a bookstore and have like a pastry and a coffee. Like no, like do you have an actual thing for me to eat? Because reading makes me hungry.
I picture something like OPA. here in Austin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would work. Oh, so
Yeah.
there's also a wine bar.
Yeah, there you go. Like coffee, drinks, food.
Mm-hmm.
I just say bakery because like I can bake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Opa does have like the worn-in cozy chairs.
They do. They do. They have a
Mhm.
lot of cozy spaces.
I do love Opa.
Mm-hmm.
I like that place a lot.
Me too. Opa is where we had our first like book club meeting.
We had our first book
Yeah.
club meeting. Ice Planet Barbarian.
Barbarians, yes.
Oh God.
The best friends
And
book
I
club.
always get their baked feta. It's so good. My mouth is watering
I
now.
always get their falafel plate.
That one's good too. Oh, my bookstore would need. See, this is an art person to me. I want like a gallery space or some art in there.
Okay, yeah.
No, yeah.
That'd be cool.
I like the idea of like there being multiple rooms and each room is a specific like genre
Okay.
with like cozy like seating areas in each. So it's like I'm gonna go to the romance section and sit down and read, or if you want to go to the fiction or memoirs or nonfiction section, I like that. Yeah. So instead of sitting in like aisles of one section and being in the way, you'll be.
It sounded very pointed.
I think it'd be cool if you had like an upstairs or downstairs area where it'd be like it's a lounge.
Ooh, that'd be
You
nice.
could have like open mics or music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I'm sorry. I draw the lines at open mics. I can't.
No,
I can't.
not a poetry person.
Ugh. Get your slam poetry out of my bookstore. It's not allowed.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so just a music lounge for musicians.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Okay. Do you have any book? Oh my god. Do you have any book box subscriptions?
No.
No.
The only one I currently have, I don't know if you can call it a book box. It's just book of the month at the moment, but I'm still planning on canceling it unless they have really good books next month. Then I'll get one. But have y'all ever had one?
Mm-mm.
No.
I had book of the month at one point
Okay.
just to try it out.
I don't like being told what to do, so I don't like being told what to read.
My thing with like the book boxes is I feel like a lot of them, some of them have really cool stuff, and then others, like, I just feel like I get an abundance of knickknacks that I don't have space for, or like I'd like one thing out of the box but not everything out of the box or something.
I've done Lit Joy and Owl Crate.
Okay.
I can't remember which one it was. There was one that had like a bi-monthly subscription box. You didn't get a book, but it was a bunch of like merch specifically for Harry Potter.
Okay.
So I have a lot of like little Harry Potter knickknacks because of that. And I did it for like every book. It was like themed.
Okay.
So I have a little spoon of Ron's emotional range.
Of a teaspoon. That's cute. Well, that's like, I think what is it? The Bookish box was like is a really popular one. I don't know if they still are, but they were like months behind schedule. So you like get your, January box in like March or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that for one, but I don't know which subscription it was.
I don't know if that's still the case, but
yeah. I think Luma Crate was another one that I've heard of that's people were complaining about. Late. I don't know if it runs late, but there was someone who was just like, this is how you package books.
Oh, yeah.
People were getting damaged books. Yeah.
That would piss me off.
Like, oh, yeah.
I mean, Book of the Month does not know how to package books. There's like, I get that the box is just right for like the book size, but like this last box that I got, one of the corners got smushed a little, and so the books inside got messed up. And I'm like, can you wrap this in some bubble wrap? Maybe?
Yeah.
Something? But no, it's just like the books are just in there. I'm like, whatever.
One of the things I don't like about buying books on Amazon is that like they don't care. They'll throw a book in a box with like 3 other things that you ordered, no protection at all, and it's like the box is bigger than like what you've ordered, so it's just all moving around.
I couldn't package books for like online sales or anything, because I would literally be like, "Oh, this one's damaged. We can't send this out. This one's damaged. We can't send this out."
You know.
This has a scratch on the cover. It can't go.
I think a reason I also don't do that is because I'm trying to like support de-influencing. Like some of those subscription boxes come with a bunch of like knickknacks
Yeah.
and a
Yeah, a
bunch
lot
of
of a lot of them do.
and I don't want to I don't want to contribute to the accumulation of unnecessary stuff. You know, a lot of people get influenced to buy things because of whatever. We know we're on Book Talk. We bought stuff, and now they're like working on de-influencing the influencers and being like, you don't need this, you don't have to buy it. Like those people that go on Target runs and they just film everything and they're like, garbage, garbage, garbage. You don't need it. You don't need it. Let it go. Don't buy it. It's just like, yeah.
I saw one of those for the first time.
Uh-huh.
I have
Or
not
it's
seen
just
any of
like,
those before.
yeah.
I also don't get on, like, I have the TikTok for the podcast, but I don't ever get on and scroll through it at all. But the only book boxes that I like aren't the subscription ones. They have been like one-off ones that have been very like specific and tailored. Like the Bibliovert podcast girls did one that was like a Throne of Glass bookish box, so everything in it was like Throne of Glass themed, and I snatched that up as fast as I could. And then I got like I paid for one of the indie authors that I'm friends with. They did like a like promotional box thing or whatever with the release of the last book in one of their series, and I was like, yes, please, I want.
Well, indie authors are different. They need support.
All the goods for that. Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind the knickknacks that come in those that are very specific, that I know like I'm gonna love everything in them. It's just like the subscription ones where I'm like, I don't think I'll be into every single month.
Yeah. I'm like super picky now with that stuff.
Yeah, same. Okay. What's the last book that kept you up past your bedtime?
Ooh. Oh, let me look.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to look at my Goodreads for that, or my StoryGraph.
The Clarkanian novella that's like,
is it Maladek?
Yeah, Maladek. Yeah, I think when I read that, it was like midnight, like 1 a.m. when I was done with it, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go to bed.
Who is the woman in that? Like, have we been introduced to her yet, or is she a new person?
She's a new person that we don't know.
Oh, okay.
In that one, yeah. That one was interesting because I didn't think I was gonna like it, because you meet Maladek in Using Feiho.
Okay.
And his personality doesn't seem like great. So it's like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but it ended up being a really cute story.
Did you finish Maxu?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I wonder, does Maladek's story play into like the larger story of the universe that's going on?
You learn more of the races, and you learn that, so the girl that's in it apparently was kidnapped when she was 14.
Jesus.
And she's now in her 30s. So she's been away from Earth for like 15 years. Yeah. And she talks about how because she goes to a meeting and she's like, no humans. And so, and then she meets Maledict, and Maledict says, I know, I think he says human, and she's like, wait, how do you know I'm human? And then it's when she finds out. He goes, well, I met one. And you're like, oh, wait, there's more of me here? Like, so it's interesting.
Okay, because no spoilers for Maxu, but I will say that things take a turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh. Like at the... Okay.
Yeah. I can't tell you at what part.
I don't even... How far am I into Maxu?
You'll know what I mean. You'll know.
So I'm 43% in.
Okay.
I'm like 142 pages into the book.
Yeah, you'll know.
I'll know soon. Okay.
Yeah. The last book that kept me up was Haven by S.E. Wendell. It's the second in the duology of her. I don't even know what she calls it. What does she call it? The Broken Wings duet. It's about the guy who's avian and he has wings, and then there's that lady knight.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the second.
The slowest of slow burns.
Oh my god, even for me. I was like, come on. Like, clearly you guys are into each other. It was like almost 80% of the way. And this book is like 600 pages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it ramps up. But yeah, I read so I finished the duology, and like in the Kindle it'll be like an hour left in the book or whatever, and it was like 11 or 11:30, and it was a weeknight, and I was like, I'm a fast reader, this will be fine.
Oh no.
And then I didn't go to sleep till like 1. And also, like, when I finished it, I was just like up because I was just like, oh my god, that book
processing
was
all
incredible.
of it. Yeah.
Yes, processing. Like, I closed it and I was like, it was so good. And I was like, I want one. I want a angel looking guy who's hopelessly devoted to me and everything. So yeah, and then there was like the sad existential, like, when is it my turn? It's like, I don't ask for much, Lord. So I had to like come down from finishing the book, and then it was like 1 o'clock, 1:30. I was like, whoops. I think I was late to work the next day.
I could not like stay up that late. I would get like 2 hours of sleep before I'd have to be up for work.
Well, yeah, staying up past your bedtime is like 9 p.m. on the week, during the week.
Yeah. I think the last book I can remember keeping up is either Scarlet Angel by S.T. Abbey, which is part of the Mindfuck series, or I feel like I stayed up late a couple nights reading Assistant to the Villain.
Okay. Oh, how was that book?
It is so cute. So cute.
Okay. I've heard mixed reviews about it.
Oh, what bad things have you heard?
Not necessarily bad, just like the story isn't as evolved or put together.
I can see that.
The people have issues with like the writing or the way the characters are written.
Yeah, it's I would say parts of it seem a little, I guess, more like juvenile, but it was more of like a kicking my feet, giggling kind of like cutesy romance. Like, it's not spicy at all, but it was adorable. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I just think the critiques were more about
it's her, like, the writing. I can totally see that. Like, it's her first book, so I'm hoping like the next one will be more improved as far as her writing goes. But I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which genre do you almost never pick up?
Thriller.
Mine's like horror. I'll read like a suspenseful
horror.
thriller, but like I don't want to read like a horror book. I don't think. I don't think I've read many horror.
Some of the romance books I've read have like dipped into horror based on the magic system.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? Christian.
I don't think I've ever picked up. Well, okay. Oh, I guess technically, what is it? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series.
Okay, yeah, but
technically it's sold in Christian bookstores and whatnot, according to my husband growing up as a child, having to go to church. Other than that, yeah, no, I'm not. Anything Christian is not gonna be something I typically would pick up.
Anything MAGA related.
Yeah, that's a no also.
Like, I'm not gonna pick up Rush Limbaugh's treatise on American democracy or whatever. Like,
yeah,
I don't touch those. No.
Yeah.
My dad will read that stuff to quote learn the enemy, but I'm just like, you do that.
That's that's valid. That's valid. I'm not gonna do that, but
I can't do that. No. So I guess Christian and right wing
literature.
Yeah, right wing conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like, if I was on Desert Island and those are the only books, I would forget how to read.
No, what you do is you burn them you use them as kindling
for warmth. Yeah,
for kindling.
For the fire.
Usually I'm against burning books as a principle, but in that case,
survival.
I need yeah.
they do. Have y'all seen, what was it? It's funny because like I watch it like almost all the time. It's like a comfort movie, and I can't think of the title. The Day After Tomorrow, I think is what's called.
That's a comfort movie for you?
Yeah, it's like really good movie to just watch.
Oh, when they're in the New York library.
Yeah, and he's like, they're trying to get like books, and he's like, there's a bunch of like law books over here that we could like.
They're like, yes, grab those.
When you said comfort movie and then Day After Tomorrow, I was like, what?
I mean, I get it.
So, yeah, it's weird. I was gonna say, yeah, Day After Tomorrow, Twister.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, I do like Twister. I don't know what it is, but I do like that movie.
Was it Independence Day?
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are 3 movies that like me and my family can put on like repeat. Like, I don't know, they're like comfort movies.
Like growing up, I watched Lethal Weapon all the time, Die Hard, and now we watch Die Hard like every Christmas. And then The Mummy. Watched The Mummy many times.
The Mummy.
I could literally, like, if I had to pick something that had to be on 24/7 for like the rest of my life, it would be The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I can sing the whole dolphin song from the beginning.
I do love The Mummy.
It's fantastic.
Yes, I love The Mummy.
That whole cast is so attractive. Oh my god, just everyone is beautiful.
Yes. The Mummy is another one I can watch over and over.
Like, it's very camp. I love it. I want a Rick O'Connell.
Oh, Tremors.
Tremors
is another one that like we love to watch. Specifically the like 4th one where they're like,
isn't that the one with all the
giant worms? Yes.
Ew.
Yeah. I love Tremors. We love Tremors in my household.
That is hilarious.
Oh my god. Is that where the monster loving comes from? Like, was that
maybe.
It started with Tremors.
Is this where it started? Elaine thought,
I was gonna say Predator is another one that we love to watch
that's
over
where
and over again.
Yeah, that's where the monster
Predator versus an alien. Yeah.
I like the I like the one where the predator befriends Sanaa Lathan. There's one where the predator like is friends with one of the humans.
I was like, I haven't seen enough of those to know which one.
There's a few of them. Predator versus Alien. He partners up with the female.
Yeah.
To fight the alien
with this actress.
Yeah, Predators versus Aliens.
Okay.
They team up.
You know, that could have been a monster romance.
Sounds like if it had a different writer and director, it could have been.
Yeah. Alien versus Predator. If Elaine was a showrunner or the writer for that show, it could have been, but like I'm not the only one that thought this. Like I've seen reactions to it and they're like, why he kind of and they're like, no man has treated me as well as Predator treats. And they're like, I'd do it.
What was it I said in episode 1? I'd try anything once.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd try that though. Can I have a
and
different
they're like,
alien?
he can keep the mask on. And people have like a mask cake.
Yeah.
So he like takes care of her. And they're like, dream man.
He sees that she's strong and it's like, let's work together.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
All right. Do you prefer single or multiple POVs?
I kind of like the multiple.
Yeah.
I like the multiple.
Especially if it's a romance.
Yeah, I was like, I like getting different sides to the story.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Or do you like when a multiple POV is published years later, a la Midnight Sun?
I mean, I didn't hate that book. I don't think we needed it, but it wasn't bad. Have you been to a book signing?
Yes.
Yeah. Duh.
Of course.
I've only been to 2.
Oh, really?
One of them was Pierce Brown for Dark Age, which was awesome, and then I'm not even going to mention the other one because it was pointless.
No.
What book signings have y'all gone to? Have y'all gone to a lot?
We've gone to a few.
There are 2 that I can think of. So, have y'all heard of the author Garth Nix?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Yes, he does. He did a book that is like one of my all-time favorites called Sabriel, and then he also made a trilogy out of it. And yeah, I went to a signing of his at Book People, and then I went to a book signing in New York actually when I went to visit my friend Nico. I listened to this podcast. I don't anymore because they have a paywall, which rude. But I used to listen to this podcast called Guys We Fucked. And it was two comedians, and they would have guests on the show, and the guests were the guys that they slept with.
That's funny.
Oh, wow.
And then they started having like other people, like authors, comedians, actors, and people on the show. But they came out with a book that they co-wrote, and it was called Fucked: Being Sexually Explorative and Self-Confident in a World That's Screwed. And so it was just by coincidence that they were having a book signing in Queens. So Nico and I went, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I never know what to say. I'm like,
yeah,
like, you guys think you're great.
Yeah,
think you're hilarious. Nico complained that there wasn't enough like queer representation. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. They're both straight. I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, what do you expect then in that situation? I also realized I just lied. I technically went to another book signing, kind of, sort of, because I went to the Texas Book Festival
Ooh.
And,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I got Cadwell Turnbull. Yeah, Cadwell Turnbull. And then Yumi Kitase, I think is how you say it. I'm probably saying that wrong. But I got both their books signed because we went to their discussion thing.
I went to Marissa Myers, who does the Luna Chronicles.
Okay.
The person who does Carval, that trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Stephanie Garber.
Okay.
Yeah. I did that book signing. I'm trying to think. I saw Grace Helbig,
Okay.
who was a YouTuber.
Oh.
I love her, and I got to meet her and do a book signing
That's
for her
cool.
book. I saw Mamrie Hart and got her book signed. This is one of the more hilarious books I've ever read. I feel like there might be another person, but those are the only people I can think of that I've gone to the book signings.
My problem is there's been some that I want to go to, but they're like in the middle of the week.
I know.
I'm like, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
I wanted to go. R.L. Stein had come to Austin once, and he was at a library, and he just posted it randomly, and I was like, I want to go, but it was far downtown, and I was like, there's no way I have no transportation to get there.
Yeah.
To go, but I have the Shadow Girl one, the Nightmare Room. I was like, I wanted him to sign it.
Maybe he'll do it again.
I know. It's like, hopefully he'll come back again one day.
It's like I know Allie Hazelwood does a couple with book people, I feel like, all the time. All right. Do you prefer series or standalone? I'm so torn.
I think I prefer standalone.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. I feel like it depends.
Right now, just because there are so many series that aren't finished, I think I prefer standalones at the moment.
Yeah. So maybe series if they're complete and I'm able to
binge them.
Yeah, binge them.
Do you prefer new or used books?
Either way.
Everything's new to me.
I don't know if I have a preference. I mean, when I do go half price books or something, or if I'm buying used books, I do try to find the most decent copy of the used books.
Yeah, I don't think I have an actual preference. I do like the book too. It looks somewhat decent.
Yeah. Okay. What book world would you most like to live in? Oh, I'm gonna have to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Definitely none of the contemporary romance ones. I don't want to live in real life.
So it depends. So if I got to live in Deadlight's Cove, technically that's contemporary, but it's paranormal. That'd be fucking awesome. I love all those characters so much.
I want to go to Clickania.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm thinking the worlds that I want to live in must have indoor plumbing. Yeah, you know what? Clickania or Harry Potter.
That'd be cool.
Or yeah. I was gonna say Rivendell, but they don't have toilets. I don't think.
I wouldn't mind living in the Throne of Glass world. That'd be cool. I'd go live in Terrason. I guess, or Otterlin, but probably Terrason.
The Claw and Clubicle world where I go work at a business where it's monsters and humans.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be cool. And just hey Bob, what's up? A gargoyle.
Yeah.
If I could be Sloane from Butcher and Blackbird, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Oh.
I'd be okay with that.
If I could have some kind of magic in a world, that would be I guess Harry Potter. If I could have magic.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Percy Jackson. If I was a god, a child of a god.
The Sister Solstice, they have magic, but the way that the author approaches it is just there's no magical world building. There's no like really magical like. There's no explanation. The witches just have it, and
Okay.
they can do whatever they want with it. And so I like that. Like they can just make things happen out of thin air. They can teleport. Of course, they can do spells. Would you want to be any type of like species other than human?
Maybe.
A demigod.
Yeah.
You said a demigod?
Yeah.
Or like a god
So,
god?
Like maybe a god.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I feel like I'd want to be some kind of like shifter.
Oh.
I think it'd be cool to shift into some kind of animal.
Oh yeah.
I guess I could be like, what's her name? There's a character in Throne of Glass that can shapeshift into anything. So I'll just be a shapeshifter. Change into whatever I want.
You know what? I would like to have Hunt's powers in Crescent City.
That'd be
like
cool.
I'd like to be able to fly and then have his powers, like those Storm powers. I want to be Storm.
Now,
Storm.
Now, if you ask my husband what kind of thing I would be, he often describes me as a mix between a dwarf and a hobbit from Lord of the Rings. So that's
Steven.
Yeah, that's fair. I completely agree with him 1,000%.
Is it because you're short and you bake things?
The shortness, I bake things. It's questionable how often I like shave parts of my body.
It's winter.
I mean, it doesn't matter what time of year it is. I have a really bad concept of like the passage of time. So like in my head, I just shaved my armpits when in reality it's been like 2 weeks. So, you know. But yeah, the second breakfast thing. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I love that.
I can eat potatoes in any form.
Oh, I love potatoes.
I mean, potatoes are amazing.
Exactly.
Who doesn't love potatoes?
Yes.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm a hobbit.
But yeah, and I'm also feisty like a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
And again, kind of
the dwarves. They're fun.
You know, I joke about having like a beard and mustache all the time. So yeah, no, definitely. Like, I mean, I'm basic. Like, I'm Gimli and the hobbits from Lord of the Rings.
I love Gimli.
Yes, he's fantastic.
My sister said I'm like the elves, or I would be an elf, because the way that they just, you know, they can't control their face or their reactions around non-elf people. And they're just the faces they make, or they're just like
just disgust and like, what?
They're like, He's like, that's you. I'm like, okay. But yeah, no, my sister was totally a hobbit.
Yeah.
Well, both she and Steve are Hufflepuffs, so.
Right, so am I.
Yeah.
Steven's a Gryffindor.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm a Gryffindor.
Yeah, but you're not like Gryffindor, where it's just like the stereotypical Gryffindor. You're like the I'll catch you unawares. You know, what do we say? It's always the quiet ones. The quiet ones who love the monsters and tremors.
And tremors.
It's like, doesn't look like they'll fight you, but will definitely fight you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like, those are the ones you have to be careful of.
I mean, you're a Slitherclaw. Do you have allegiance towards either one more than the other, Liana?
I don't know.
Like, if someone's asked you, what's your Hogwarts house? What do you say?
I say Slytherin.
Slytherin? Okay.
And then people are like, oh, that makes sense. I'm like, But I don't know. I've been feeling more because I always get either Slytherin or Ravenclaw. I guess it depends on my mood that day.
I get Hufflepuff every time.
I've gotten Gryffindor every time.
I sent my sister a like you see those little like zodiac memes on Instagram, and I sent her one for Gemini. Well, so it was Gemini. Oh, the sign says cat breeds, and I got like Bengal cat. And it's like needs constant stimulation, affectionate and sweet to a select few. Like, very true. Only does things on their own terms. And then it has like, is a rascal. And I was like, I am a rascal. I like mess. Well, there have been instances where I've been bored, so I have like created chaos for fun and just watch what happens.
You are definitely such a Slytherin.
I mean, so whoever dates me next, they need to be warned.
You give them mine and Elaine's number.
Sometimes I like to start fights for fun. not anything serious, just because I'm bored.
So basically, we just need to tell them like keep her constantly entertained, or she'll pick fights for the fun of it.
It's just something I do, and it's really fun. Sometimes, a couple of times, I would start like minor fights between my friends. Like, so and so said this about you.
Oh, I could not date you.
But little things. No, I don't make it into a big thing. Like, I don't want real drama. I love drama though, but I don't like when I'm in it. Yeah, I'm a bit mischievous.
After learning that, I'm kind of a little bit glad that we didn't go to high school together. I feel like you would have caused some problems for me.
Not on purpose.
No, it would have been on purpose. You just said it would have been.
You know what? Goddess of mischief. I am very mischievous.
Yeah, you are.
Whoever dates me next, you're gonna have a lot of fun. You will not be bored, I promise.
Oh my goodness. All right, our what this week. Who would like to go first? I can go first. My what this week. So I will be starting my advanced reader copy of Wild Wild Wolf by Amy Vance and B. Perkins because I'm part of their street team. So this is the first book in their newest series, which I believe is called Timber Creek something. I'm bad at this. Okay, yeah, the series is called Timber Creek. I wasn't wrong. Okay. What am I watching? I still not really watching anything. We just watched a true crime documentary on Netflix. I'm gonna have to ask Steven what it was called. Been listening to the Clutch My Pearls podcast still on Spotify. I also like listening to Smartless, which is a podcast that Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett do.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, that one's pretty fun. I like that one. I also started some weird audiobook that was included in my membership about some sort of like dragon riders. I got it because it's a romance. It's called Holland the Soulless. But we just had, it's kind of like a slow burn-ish. We just had our first like sexy scene, spicy scene. And it was closed door.
How dare they?
I was like, hold on. I got over halfway through this book and you're not going to give me nothing? I was very upset. I don't want to finish it now.
No.
How upsetting.
Yeah, I was so mad. But yeah, that's what I got going on.
Elaine.
Still not really watching anything. Not really listening to anything. I think after the Max Sue book, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna start rereading Invoking the Blood. I didn't finish that one. Probably read the second one after that. I just also noticed that her Smutology book that I pre-ordered is finally shipped. So I'm excited for that too.
We know what you're doing. Let's see. I'm kind of looking for a palate cleanser because the last book I finished was such an epic. I need something to shake me out of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really reading it. Like, at first, the first few weeks of grad school were so easy, and now I actually have to read to complete the assignment. So I'm just reading books about curating an exhibition, which you think would be interesting, but you would be wrong. I'm not watching anything new. I just watch a lot of YouTube because the World's Strongest Man competition is coming up. So the guys that I follow on YouTube who put out content for that are putting out training content. So I've been watching it.
Okay.
So not really a lot going on there. Although I did find that this other ghost show that I used to watch, the Ghost Brothers, which is like, I don't think they're brothers in the biological sense. I think they're brothers in like the friend sense. But it's 3 Black guys from Atlanta who are ghost hunters.
Okay.
And it is hilarious because constantly they're like, we're Black, we don't do this stuff. they're like, man, this is some white people shit.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, that's what I do with my day.
It's like that Netflix documentary that we watched recently was a lover stalker killer.
Oh, how charming.
It is crazy. It's really good though. Alrighty. Thank you, listener, for joining us. Please rate and review our podcast and follow us on our socials listed in the description. Email or DM us topics, questions, book recommendations. Have a lovely day and week. And until next time, bye.